Yeah. We're not out of it.
And now, here is the team and coaches of the Menasha Bluejays.
I think we're on. You got an update.
We don't have an updated roster.
Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, it's 2025, August 21st, and our Plymouth Panthers are going to play the first football game of the year. Fall is basically here. Scott Richards, along with Aaron Martell, Kurt Zalp on the camera, the staff, Emerson in the studio, Mike Briggs roaming around somewhere. We're ready to go.
Scott, it is a great night to be able to come out here. It's a beautiful time for football. It feels a little early to be able to get things going, but any time that you can match a beautiful fall night with football, it's a great night.
Well, you know, and there's so many people, I hate to say this, my age, why are you starting so early? We started after Labor Day. It's because of the playoffs. They didn't want to go Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Friday, for safety reasons. So to get everybody in, we start earlier. So we play here tonight against the Menasha Bluejays. Played them last year. It started out like, whoa, this is going to be rough. And Plymouth pulled away 34-18. But it's a new year.
It is a new year, and it's a new career opportunity for Mark Valbrecht. First game of the new head coach coming in after Dan Knauss coached for 18 years as that head football coach. And really excited to see him bringing in not necessarily a new system, but some tweaks to the system that's been there. And Mark is really wants to be able to play fast and disciplined. It's going to be exciting to see the differences this year compared to the years previous.
And another little side story, before he came to Plymouth, Mark Valbrecht was an assistant coach at Menasha. Mark Valbrecht was a baseball coach at Menasha. Mark Valbrecht is a student from Plymouth High School. We appreciate that, and people will wonder. Well, you know, no, they did a search. They had a number of people. Couple of really good candidates. However, it worked out that he was the best.
He was the best.
Some
absolutely.
of the other candidates wanted to be AD in football, and our superintendent said, "No, we're not. We're not going to do that." So it's going to be fun, Aaron. It's great to have you again.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is interesting that our superintendent Scott Steer made that decision because we have a new AD as well with Kevin Butters, and so this is his new year as well as Mark Valbrecht's new year. It should be a great start to 2025-26 season.
I got to interview Kevin Butters on Tuesday. That'll be shown at halftime today.
Nice.
And it worked out well. You know, Kevin, again, is a Plymouth guy. He had some experience helping in other school districts. He is not only the athletic director, but activities coordinator. So that's some of the changes we've seen.
Right.
At school, things change.
Things do
no
change.
matter what you do in every lifestyle. So it looks like the Panthers are going to kick. You've got the eagle eye for the
It's our first game of the year, and we're going to do a little more winging than we used to.
Well, yes. We got the roster today, so we could look it over a little bit, but it's how it is, and it's all about football. So it's a beautiful night. Let's just watch the ball game. York's kick is taken inside the 5. Now you can pick that up. It's down once it gets in the end zone. So the Menasha Bluejays will take over at the 20-yard line.
All right, we're going to try and do our best to give you starting defense and starting offense by what we see on the field. We see number 35, Sawyer Vopalgo, number 42, Nate Helsel, number 44, Nolan Ritchie. Looking at number 19, Tyler Williams, number 32, Charlie Nass, just to get us started. We can really watch a lot of run-pass option here from Menasha, some power football. They're big, they're strong, but we're hoping to go based upon our quickness. A good stop there.
Handoff to Logan Bivens.
Short gain of 2 yards as, again, Menasha is going to play that power football. Setting up at 2nd down and about 7 yards to go for Menasha.
So almost looks like a power I. Run pass option. The receiver cut the route short, so it was an overthrow. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Incomplete. Intended for
I thought the Panthers had good coverage regardless.
It was good coverage, and I'm not sure if he wanted to go quick to the tight end, if he was slow getting off the line, or to the wideout. Looked like the wideout stopped, overthrow, good solid defense, setting up 3rd and 7.
So good start for 2 downs by the Panthers.
We got outside backer, number 28, Maximo Troca.
Wait,
Looks like we have a false start. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's a timeout. Early timeout by Menasha.
timeout. Menasha Bluejays.
I'll try and get you the rest of the starting defense. Number 11, Cole Kuhn. I already mentioned number 19, Tyler Williams. 32, 28, Maximo Troca. Number 32, Charlie Nass.
So a little bit of a timeout. Next one, we'll get the sponsors. This program again is brought to you by the backers, our Plymouth Community TV sponsor team. Proud to be back again for another season. Supporting the youth and teams in our community, we invite you to become a member of the backers and spread the word. As a member, your fine organization will be given support to the community and get a little advertising. So for more information, contact Jenny, 920-933-3382, Scotty at 920-889-1819. Check out our website, PlymouthTV.org. You can watch us on TV 14 or Plymouth Community TV on YouTube.
All right, and 3rd and 8 for Menasha.
Good play. Boy, they got the quarterback out outside. You don't want to let that happen, but Smolinski's pass was no good. Incomplete, so it looks like the Menasha Bluejays will have to punt the ball. Dropping deep for the Panthers is number 23, Aiden DeMonk, and number 9, Parker Bursch.
Scott, even if, he did a good job rolling out, but Caden Schultz was right there on that coverage. It was underthrown. So a great stout defense to start this game, the first series for that Plymouth defense.
And it's all about feeling each other out on a night like tonight. You may have gotten some information from a scrimmage for both of us. Kick is not great. So the Panthers are going to have great position, get out of the way. They will start at their own 44-yard line. The Paddock Club in downtown Elkhart Lake, where Chef Lynn Chisholm celebrates the bounty from local farmers using old world techniques, making artisanal head-made pasta, bread, house-smoked meats, etc. Wednesday and Thursday gives you the opportunity to try multiple dishes at very reasonable prices. Comfort food made with love for you and your family. So the Panthers take over, 1st and 10.
We'll get the starting offense here after this next play.
Handoff goes to
Devin Miller, nice first run.
Miller goes off left tackle.
Again, we have starting for your Panther offense, number 2, Dylan Corthius, number 11, Cole Kuhn, number 12, quarterback Augie Eggenberger, number 15, Caden Schultz, 32, Charlie Nass, 34, Devin Miller on that 9-yard run, 54, Zach Miller, 55, Noah Steltapool, number 60, Charlie Manoski, and number 65, Bronx Romanowski, and Jacob Shaw, number 79.
Okay, it was a run option by Eigenberger. I'll tell you what, Menasha definitely has a lot staffed at the line. Almost looked like the old 6-2 back when I played, for goodness gracious sake.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. I don't remember wearing a face mask. You might be able to
That
tell.
says a lot, Scott.
Yeah.
That says a lot right now.
So it'll be 3rd and about 3. inside the 50, so they're in Menasha territory.
One of the things that Mark mentioned to me this week was that he wanted to go faster, not a no huddle, but he wanted to be able to have faster in and out of the huddle. We got to stop whistle here.
I don't know why.
Nope. Maybe mouth guard. Safety first.
Good toss, Eichenberger to Dylan Korthels.
Regenberger's pass is complete.
That was a great solid throw. He set his feet, hit it right at the target. I'd say between the numbers, but it's only one number, so he hit him right in the 2. But a great, nice slant route to get that first down.
It was set up, good enough blocking. It was a quick hitter, but still there was nobody jumping up or in his face. 1st and 10, probably almost 4-down territory inside the 40. There goes Miller with the ball. Here goes. That didn't take long at all for him to take it to the house.
Yeah, 39-yard touchdown by Devin Miller. It was a slight pause on that handoff, allowed the linemen to get their blocks, shot up right out the middle, untouched 39-yard touchdown.
And I think it kind of held the linebackers. It
Absolutely.
really did. It did. So while we talked a little bit about Devin Miller, played a lot last year behind Brett Shutter. There was a great 1-2 punch. Devin finished 4th in the state in the 100 meters last year, so he's got plenty of speed. Kick is up by Landon York. Kick is good, and the Panthers with 9:09 to go in the first quarter take a 7-0 lead over the Menasha Bluejays. Scott Richards, Aaron Martell, Kurt Zulp on the camera. Miller and Belt Incorporated, Hillendale Road, corner of 67 and PP. Invites you to stop in and check out their complete line of steel products. You'll find trimmers, blowers, edgers, lawnmowers, chainsaws, batteries, and chargers, so much more. Stop in and see for yourself the great selection of steel products at Miller & Belt. Keep in mind, they service everything they sell. So, a good start for the Panthers, both sides of the ball.
Well, Scott, I'm sure the dreams that Mark had this year this week of, hey, my first game as a varsity head football coach, 3 and out, maybe a turnover on the first one, but he had 3 and out and then a touchdown on your first offensive drive. It's a great start, and so hopefully they can maintain that controlled defense, which he is a defensive-minded coach, and being able to have these explosive plays on offense. Great start to this game and this season.
Well, and the big thing is they look organized. You slide over that seat. Yes, he's been an assistant. Yes, he's been in other places. But all the little things that holy cow, I forgot. I didn't know about that. He knows about it. They're prepared. They're ready to go. The team is organized. No substitution issues. So that's a great, great start.
And he's got a great assistant staff that has been in the system for a while. So being able to work with Gail Braun and Jordan Miller and Christian Volbrecht and Eric West are all great assistants to what he's been working with. That's a great kick to the corner.
Okay, outside contain is so important. So a good return by number 21 for the Blue Jays. Oops.
Yeah, he ran all the way. I think he ran more east-west than he did north-south, but it was still a great return to get around that edge. And Cole Kuhn with that, pushing him out of bounds, starting at that 27-yard line.
So Menasha takes over. 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. 9:01 to go in the first quarter. Again, coming to you from beautiful Finke Field. Boy, I saw what happened down in southeastern Wisconsin with the floods. There were a lot of football fields devastated. Number 2, he found an opening, and he's going to get a block, and I think he's going to take it, and Schultz can catch him. Oh, they couldn't catch him.
No, Logan Bivens for that 73-yard touchdown run. Caden tried to swipe the ball at the end to break it up, but unfortunately,
we could see that gap, and the running back did a great job. That's what happened last year at Menasha when the game started. We didn't know much about him. Mark knew a little bit about him. He had talked to us, but they had one big long run, and that was a big long run.
73-yard
even though that was a cutback, you still have to be able to have contain on that outside, and they lost that contain on the outside there, and he just ran for daylight.
He outran people, and the blocking at the line was good, but I don't think there was a lot after that. So extra point attempt coming here.
Ooh, fake. Going for
Schultz.
2, and Schultz on the coverage. Great stop. Wow.
That was a good fake, too.
The extra point results in a pass by Kinley Bilkey.
That's interesting to do that early in the game. I suppose if you're going to do it, try it early.
Why not?
The score, your Plymouth Panthers
Big.
7, the Menasha Bluejays 6.
So school hasn't started. Looks a little bit like Hawaiian night. We got a nice student crowd. We always have a nice parent crowd. So, 8:47 to go, 7-6 Panthers. Interesting first quarter, to say the least. Good drive by the Panthers with a big run by Devin Miller to score a touchdown, and a huge run by Menasha, 73 yards to score a touchdown, but went for the trick play, a fake kick, went for 2. Caden Schultz played it very well.
Yeah, again, here you come with the offense. How are they going to be able to face into that adversity, be able to kind of step into what needs to take place, stay methodical, stay to the game plan, plenty early within this game, and see what they can put together.
Yeah, again, both teams have new faces. I mean, the Panthers both teams lost some good players. You rebuild, though. You get your freshmen working out, your sophomores working out, give them a little bit of experience both ways. Now, they played a freshman game today at 3:30 at Plymouth.
Oh, they did?
Well, it's not freshman anymore. It's called JV2. But they just, and I talked to principal, and he said it seemed like not a bad idea. It worked out. So
Good.
they played them at 3:30, and then now we're playing again. Miller and Korthel's are back deep. Deep kick. Korthel's with the ball at about the 2. Looking for a line. Gets a little bit of a lane. That's a nice return.
It was a real nice return. Looking for that gap. Hit that hole. Kept his head down. Covered up the ball. That was a good run by Dylan Korthels. Which Mark had mentioned that he's a guy to keep an eye on. He's a playing wide receiver. He had a great scrimmage last week. And he's definitely somebody to keep an eye on.
Well, he did the right thing. Came up the field, found a lane, and then they collapsed a little bit. Still, that's a 25-yard return from very, very deep. In high school, when it's inside the 5, that's a really good kick. Penetration on the left side of our offensive line. Hand off to Miller. Nothing there. I think he lost 2.
Yeah, it looked like Augie waited and waited and waited and probably could have pulled that ball and taken it himself. I think because he waited that long, didn't allow Devin to be able to get his block set up for that run.
It does look like Menasha has basically said, we're going to make you, well, now they don't have as many up on the line. They're not too far. Augie's got a little bit of problems back there. That's a lot of problems now. The blitz came hard from the right side of our offense, left side of the defense, and he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, no contain there. The D-line was able to just smash right through. Augie couldn't get set. And so now you got to play conservative. It's third and a country mile, and so you got to make sure that you don't put yourself, the punter, in worse position.
Well, you look now, if you're a defensive coach, you're going to look for a screen pass, little quick hitter, quarterback draw, because our quarterback can run. And they're kind of spying him out a little bit.
Oh, he goes deep. Aiden Monk with that catch, number 23. Nice little play there.
Good job to pick up about, 20, 25 yards?
Yeah, that was a nice play. My only question is I think they had 3, maybe 4 receivers all in the same area. So they'll want to go back and take a look at that. But again, good pitch and catch.
And nobody gave them the opportunity directly to get a first down. So I think there's a little bit of a mix-up on the play. You want one receiver to get down to the first down line.
Correct. You could even hear Menasha coach yell for his D-backs to back up. They're like, down in distance, down in distance. You got to know what your down is and how far you need to get that first down. They made the adjustment. Our receivers didn't get deep enough.
Schultz, the punter, gets off a good one.
I thought for a second that he was going to keep that and run. He waited to the last second to kick that because he's an athlete. He's quick, and there was a big guy coming down on him. So I'm not sure, like, looking at his options, big guy or run fast. I'm not sure.
So on the second series, the Panthers are stopped. On the second series, Menasha scored a touchdown. Menasha will take over in pretty good position at about their own 34-yard line. 6:25 to go in the first quarter. A lot of action in the first quarter. So, 1st and 10, 34-yard line, left side of the field. Last play was a one-play drive, a 73-yard run by the Blue Jays.
Oh, that's a great hit by Caden Schultz.
I think as teams watch us, they will stay away from his side.
Yeah.
It's harder in high school. I mean, high school, that's asking your quarterback to, one way or the other, but.
Well, we know he has the height. We know he has the athletic ability. The way that he plays basketball is smooth and strong, and then he's able to carry that on to and what they don't see necessarily that you see on the football field is a speed.
And he's got instincts.
Correct, because he's an athlete, and so it's great to be able to see that.
Bad snap. That helped us. There we go.
Good gain tackling there.
A bad snap. Quarterback had to pick it up off the ground. That certainly helped our defense.
Number 42, Nate Helsel, was the one who finished it up, but they disrupted that right away. Nolan Ritchie was in there, and that was a great gain tackle to put it back at 3rd and 9 for the Panthers defense.
So 3rd and 9. The Panthers have them in a good situation for their defense. Taking a long time to get the play in.
We do have a new defensive lineman, sophomore Tyson Arnold.
I'm out.
And that play call getting in took too long, and this is actually Menasha's second time out tonight.
Menasha Bluejays.
Well, they must be wigging in a number because then he looks at his wristband to go from there. But we have a timeout. Plymouth Furniture on Eastern Avenue has over 40 mattress styles on display from Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Plymouth Furniture carries furniture, mattresses, and appliances with an amazing selection of sofas, recliners, lift chairs, lodge furniture, dining room furniture, custom-made Amos furniture, and bedroom furniture. They carry quality brands like Flex Steel, Southern Motion, Best, GED, and Ashley. Make sure to visit the back of Plymouth Furniture, where you will find the area's largest furniture clearance center with great deals on mattresses, furniture, and appliances. Whoops. Plymouth Furniture has been a very, very strong supporter for years. We always tell people to, when you can, support local. Whether they're a sponsor of ours, which we certainly appreciate, but support local. The statistics are amazing how much money comes back to a community when you can do that. So 3rd and 9 on a good play, two good plays by the defense. They've got slot at the top, tight end.
I was just saying, it looked early for me, but I wasn't sure they're going to call it.
We saw a trap. We saw a tackle trap coming, though.
We did. Yeah, the tackle wanted to get out in front of that run, got out a little early.
He definitely got out front, though.
He did.
That is a 5-yard penalty.
Started to do some substitutions to look more of a pass play.
That might have been a little sign when they didn't throw a whole bunch of wideouts at. So now we got 3rd and 14. Ball's moving backwards is good for the Panthers defense. They're going to go slot, actually double slot at the top.
Yeah, we got trips left with a single receiver on the bottom of your screen.
It looks like they're going to have somebody going to get a clean shot right at the quarterback, and here it comes right here.
There it is. Oh, come on. We got to wrap up, boys. There we go. Come on. First to the ball was number 35, Sawyer Vopalgo, and unfortunately did break through a couple of arm tackles, but finished them out with a gain of 5 for 4th and 10.
You know, they talk about, well, why isn't tackling quite, well, partly it's very limited at every level, pros, college, high school. So much it's a safety issue. That was a case where I think that quarterback just did a good job. So back deep for the Panthers again is Andy Monk. The up back is Parker Bursch.
Good response by the defense after giving up that long 73-yard touchdown in the previous series. Another running punt.
Oh, I tell you what, if he Panthers are going to have to watch that, because that kid, if he wanted to run, there was nothing there.
Yeah, you have to really trust that containment. If that containment's not there.
There was one guy out there, but if he misses, he's got nothing. He's got 20, 30 yards in front of him. And the box, I'm sure we'll talk about that. Because he's a left-footed punter. He ran to the left side. If he'd have gotten by the contained guy, he had a lot of room to go. So, nonetheless, the Panthers have the ball again on offense. 3:48 to go in the first quarter. Plymouth leads the Menasha Bluejays 7-6. Eichenberger, quarterback. Devin Miller to his left. Bursch gets on the outside.
Devin, get a block, get outside.
Don't cut back.
Oh, he's shifty. Could he go? Oh, nice play. It's a great play by Dylan Korthals.
I was going to say don't stop, but it worked.
It did work.
I guess he knows a lot more than I do.
Well, it's great to be able to see as he came around the corner on that jet sweep, because that was actually a pass, because he tossed it in front of him. Then he waited for Devin Miller to get lined up for that block and cut behind Devin Miller's block, and thought he was going to be able to outrun the safety, but great play by Dylan Korthals.
And Miller threw a nice block.
He did. It's a great job by Augie. Augie drew the defensive line off sides with that hard count.
We'll take
extra 5 yards. It's a gift. We'll take the gift.
Offside is indicated against.
And that's one of the things that you see, Scott, with Augie playing his entire sophomore year. I mean, you take that risk as a sophomore playing varsity football. He's the commander of your offense. But when you see him as your junior year, that much more experience, and then going beyond, is just great to be able to see.
We were amazed last year in that first game how maturely he played. Three-sport athlete, which is hard in today's world. So nice check down. Nice run.
Nice pitching catch to Cole Kuhn there, number 11, and then he lowers the boom to be able to get that first down on a 6-yard pass play.
Well, it's nice. That was a check down. It's great. You don't get that at a lot of levels. The receiver downfield was covered. Kuhn was open, and Kuhn punished.
And it starts up front.
Yep.
We saw last series where the front broke down, the O-line broke down. This time they're giving them space. They're mixing things up. I like the variety so far of the offensive play calling. So that time we tried that hard count again, and unfortunately we flinched. Offensive line cannot flinch, move. Defensive line moves. Completely different story.
So we'll make it 1st and 15.
Illegal procedure on Plymouth. A 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 15.
Korthals in motion.
Screen play.
Nice screen.
Set up by Cole. The linemen are looking for people to block. Cole's running over people.
Literally. Hey, that was a beautiful color come down. He just running over people. It's like the bulldozers in our yard right now.
Absolutely.
Hey, he said, that's it. Get out of my way.
Correct. And Augie did a great job of being pressure. When the linemen let those defensive linemen come through like that, they have a free shot of the quarterback. It's the patience of the quarterback that makes the play. He's able to get up and over, find Kuhn, and that's a great pitch and catch.
Looks like he's played the position before.
A few times, I guess.
Devin Miller.
Oh, wow.
Wow, he just broke tackles. Good job. Hey, good hole by the line. I can't see where the where
But
it
what
came
I
from.
like about the way that Devin Miller runs with contact is that he gets a little small and is strong enough to break through those arm tackles. You have to square him up to be able to make a tackle. He's shifty enough, then he hits that with that speed, that hole. Second touchdown of the first quarter for the Panthers. Second touchdown for Devin Miller tonight.
And he's not just a speed runner.
No,
He's a
got
running
power.
back.
Absolutely.
He's the full package. And the extra point is good by Yerk, and the Panthers are up 14-6 with 1:49 to go. Between the quarters, we got a little special guest we're going to interview quickly. Yeah, what again, beautiful night. Cranes are flying above. We're in Wisconsin. Now, beautiful night in Wisconsin can turn a little chillier. Field looks, I got it. This field is beautiful. We thank the big sponsors. Our General Masters, Gower Van Horn was involved. Bank First was involved.
Well, it goes back to what you said earlier, Scott, about that community investment, right? It goes both ways, and to be able to see that businesses within our community wants to support our district, wants to support the opportunities and the activities of our students, and it's just a great celebration of Plymouth pride. It's neat to be able to see.
We are so lucky with the support we get. Our businesses, our major businesses are so stable. They're basically not completely locally owned, but they're involved locally. We're talking about all four of them. We know some of them are certainly locally owned.
Absolutely.
3 of them actually. But yeah, it's tremendous, and the community does support. Now again, we're early to play this first ball game of the year, and there's a decent crowd. This is not exactly a rivalry.
No,
It is with the kids. Now this is their third year and they've played each
Sure.
other, but we appreciate everything about this committee. Me being born and raised here, and it's great. Ready to kick it off. 1:49 to go.
Layden Yerk with just another boot. Yeah,
He doesn't have great hands, but he's fast. So they will take over at the 20. Again, if it goes through his hands, once it's in the end zone, it's a touchback. So Menasha will take over at the 20, trailing the Panthers 14-6. Panthers scored on the first drive, punted on the second, scored on the third. Menasha had to punt on the first, scored on the second on a long run, and went for a trick play that we stopped for 2 points. Didn't work.
The Blue Jays will take over at their own 20-yard line. First down, Menasha.
First down, Panthers. Tight formation.
fumble of the play.
A little slippery. The guys are pretty slippery with the ball, so big
Yeah.
play.
Sawyer Volpolago got there first, missed the tackle, but thankfully there was a gain tackle to be able to make that happen. He got back into it.
Sawyer really grew last year as a player. Believe me, he came on. You got to break down on those tackles. Again, you don't get a lot alive, and that's the way it is. So you break down, try to you can't just grab for him. Just break down and go get him.
Well, playing fast is good, but you have to play fast under control, and that's just something that you have to learn as a young football player.
Get in there and help out. Stop him. There you go. So, good gain of about 7 yards for Smolinski, so it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Forge is ahead for
So,
7 yards. It'll be 3rd and 7.
so third and well, now it's about 6 yards. 43 seconds could be the last play of the first quarter. Seems like a relatively long first quarter. We kicked off just after 7, about a half hour long. This, it's early. Every play is big, but this one early. If you can hold them, keep them back, make them punt.
There's a delay by the quarterback. Good gang tackle. Looks like Cole Kuhn was there first, and again, a mess of Panthers came in to finish the deal, to put it at 4th down, and we'll be going into that second quarter.
Looked like they just did not want to throw the football. So at the end of the first quarter, the Plymouth Panthers lead the Menasha Bluejays 14-6. At the end of the first quarter, we have a guest with us tonight. Longtime football coach, longtime assistant coach, longtime Plymouth person. Wasn't born and raised here, born in Falls. We accept that. But it's a familiar name. Well, we're going to talk to Brad Volbrecht because it's kind of a special night, isn't it?
It is a special night. My son gets the honor of coaching his first game as a Plymouth Panther head coach, and that is an honor, Scott. You know it. You know, you've been a head coach for basketball and that. You know it's an honor, right?
Well, I think at Plymouth, it is.
I agree.
It is. And I said before the game, Mark has been an assistant here, was an assistant at Menasha, but they did a process to hire him, even though that he came here with the hope and to get him to come and be a science teacher, which is hard to find.
Yeah.
So they went through a process and they picked what they thought was the best man.
It was a process. He had an offer, and he went back to Menasha. Menasha was pretty close to the offer. He said, I'm grounded in Menasha. And then Plymouth made another move, and he came. And now I have 3 grandkids in my backyard kind of thing. But I think the honor of it all is that he's following people like Jim Beaver, Dewey Johnson, Pat Burnett, Ed Brinkman,
Yep.
Butch Brinken, of course. All those guys that when I came to coach, they were here. And good guys, Ron Velicky, Jerry Brinkman, maybe. No, it's okay. Mike Briggs, yourself, all those coaches. And if he can follow in those footsteps, it would be wonderful.
Well, he's ready to coach. I think everything is gone. What I said earlier with Aaron Martell, they look organized. It's one thing to say, but to be organized. They're kids.
Yep.
I mean, they're kids. Heck, adults. Watch the NFL. So we wanted to get you on, and it's a special night for you. It's a special night for Mark. And if we can keep her going like we are, it'll be really nice.
It seems kind of surreal that he's playing the team that he got into varsity
we talked
coaching
about
and
that.
all that. And, and the guys on the other side of the field are great guys. Their head coach, Jeremy, and all that, they're really good guys. So we're going to get
one of our former superintendents spent some time at Menasha.
That's right.
Dan Mella. So we've got a pipeline.
Yeah.
Well, they keep developing them. We'll take them.
Well, Christian Volbrecht, my nephew, taught in Menasha and came back this way too.
And so far, we've survived a lot of Volbrechts. So, we thank you for stopping by.
I appreciate
I
you
know.
giving me a minute here.
I know. Here's the deal. I know you're proud as well. You should be, but you're also a football coach, and you want to make sure he does his job.
That's right. I can bust a button, but I'll call him on the carpet if I need to. Thanks, Scott. I really appreciate the time.
You bet. All right. So. Panthers got the ball in great shape on a bad punt. Get out of there, Augie. Augie breaks away. Well, if he gets that one completed, almost.
Ooh. Yeah, unfortunately, he threw that one into traffic, and Parker Birch got sandwiched there. Yoshi is coming out onto the field to take a look at him, hoping it's just wind knocked out of him.
So, while we have a little time out here, do an ad from 20/20 Visions. Doctors Brad Wickland, Corrine Meersdorf, and Alexandria Van Els. Carries a great selection of eyewear for the entire family. Oakley, Ray-Ban, Nike, and Maui Jim are some of the brands you will find. We are always accepting new patients. Call us at 893-EYES. Schedule your appointment or bring in a current prescription to get your glasses ordered. Again, we never conjecture as to exactly what happened.
Nope.
We have a great trainer in Yoshi Ono. We let him take care of business, and
It's a good
whatever he
start.
says
Looks like
goes.
he sits up. He's walking off the field. I do think it's one of those awkward hits.
Yep.
He got sandwiched. Never fun to feel that vulnerable in that hit. But hopefully he's looking good walking off the field with Coach Christian Volbrecht and a great trainer, Yoshi.
And again, we have a lot of people my age and not too much younger that say, well, just it used to be, well, come get up, you're okay. No, today's we just say, hey, just catch your breath. We'll take care of you because we're lucky to have a Yoshi. And we've had some very, very good trainers, but you can't get any better than this guy. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Panthers 2nd and 10. 11:47 to go in the first half. Panthers inside Menasha territory at about the 27-yard line. Ball's handed to Miller. He breaks one. He's got some speed. If he gets outside, he's going to carry a couple. Inside,
He's still on his feet.
down to the 5.
You know what I love about that play, Scott, is that being able to see Dylan with that jet sweep. He gave a fake to it, Dylan, but then handed it to Devin, and it caused the linebackers to hold just a little bit to then Devin to hit that hole, and then he did the rest. Just a great play call and design right there.
A little misdirection.
Absolutely.
They talk about, not because I know a whole lot, but in college and pros, they talk about get the defensive eyes moving. So our movement is 1st and goal they got it inside the 6-yard line. Basically a full house backfield, inverted bone. And
Touchdown
Miller.
number 3 for the Panthers and for Devin Miller.
The right side of the line did a great job giving him a hole. They just took care of business.
Well, I'll tell you what, I really appreciate the play call that Gail Grant has started with this first quarter into that second quarter. He's mixing it up, pass, run, misdirection. And like you said, if you get the defense guessing or shifting their eyes, that puts the offense at an advantage. And just another great play call and execution.
Well, what I'd heard is during the offseason, they sat down and talked. We had to change things up a little bit. They're going to work together. Gail Grant he started coaching. My son was going to be a senior, so that's in 1980. My oldest son in 89. He's been doing this since then. He's got Eric West, who played there, played at Concordia University. He's got Christian Volbrecht, who coached with him on Nash. He's got Jordan Miller. Jordan Miller played here, played in college at Whitewater. Had he not gotten hurt, he might have been able to go a little bit
next level,
a little further. But I mean, you're so blessed, and they're bringing some other people along, which you got to do. You can't. The oldest, I don't hate to say this, the oldest one on the staff is Gail.
Right.
But after that, it's
a young staff, and you like that. And the fact that Gail is able to have that spot to be able to make the adjustments, right? Can you teach an old dog new tricks? And so far in this first quarter and a minute, he's been able to mix things up. It's a guessing game on the defense versus seeing the same thing maybe over and over and over again or whatnot.
They have some skilled players if that line can come through. Now we'll mention all the assistants and assistants from freshmen on up are part of the program, and it's always been collegially. Like when I started as a freshman coach, and my second year, Mike Briggs was my assistant. Oh, kicks it out of bounds, so it'll be a penalty.
So unfortunately for Layden, the last 2 kicks, he missed that extra point. I don't know if it got tipped or if there's a bobble on the snap. And then kicking that out of bounds. His first handful of kickoffs were solid.
Yeah, they're inside the 5.
And their kick returner was struggling with them. So you don't want to give him a gift like that because it's not just out where it went out of bounds. It's a penalty they get at the 35-yard line, which is their best field position so far.
Well, this is Landon's first time kicking on the varsity, and he's done well. It's like golf. Once in a while, you're going to whiff one.
Absolutely.
For me in golf, it's a lot of times.
More often than I care to admit.
So, 1st and 10, 11:08 to go in the first half. Plymouth up 20-6. Their running backs are not easy to bring down.
No, they're definitely solid because obviously he blew the whistle because he had stopped momentum.
Right.
But again, good surrounding of the ball, just a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 for that Panthers defense. It is interesting. They go with a very athletic but small defensive line. They're a lean defensive line.
Get off the ball. I tell you, that offensive line had a push on that one.
They did.
We just talked about size. They definitely had a great push. So it's going to be about 3rd and 3. So Stelton Pool will come in, bring a little more size into the line. Cole Kuhn's coming out. Now Cole Kuhn has been, well, he's sort of a hybrid linebacker, defensive lineman.
Yeah, they shifted him down to that defensive end position, but they want to get a little bit more girth down there with being able to have Noah Stettenpool coming in.
Boy, was there a push.
Yeah.
Same thing happened last time. That was really, they said, you stop us. We are going to give it a push here.
And we don't have the size and weights on our roster for the Menasha offensive line, but you can just tell by looking at them.
By looking at them.
They are they're big boys.
They fill out the jerseys.
And so they have that push. They brought in an extra lineman as a tight end, so to speak. They had 2 up backs. It'll be interesting to see, do they continue to try and wear down our defensive line by just push, push, push.
And then defensively, use technique. Stay low, use your hands. And that's what we got to do. And I saw in that one, a couple of the linemen stood up a little bit, and their linemen got underneath them. Leverage wins. Picked up about 5 yards, not quite, a long 4.
And it does look like Scott Menasha say, hey, we got a little bit of groove here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big guys, 7 big guys like on that line. And then being able to have 2 big fullbacks, like they're wanting to just pound this.
Well, they don't even have a wide receiver. And they actually, with a quarterback running behind the back, they're in 4-down territory.
Correct.
They've
and
got
that quarterback's
another
not a
extra
small
blocker.
guy either.
Right.
And so it's
quarterback didn't start last year, but he played.
Yeah, they're looking at giving a little bit of a breather. Number 60, Charlie Minkowski is coming in. A little bit more stoutness to what they're trying to run against us.
Well, and take a look. They got double tight ends and basically 2 up backs are blockers and a quarterback and a back, the old Michigan spinner setup. Oh, he missed them. He stopped them. They'll be 4th down.
Yeah, so it looks like Devin Miller was able to tackle the quarterback's shoe but not bring the quarterback down. Gain tackle to get it down to a 3rd and 2.
They got a great spot. Wow.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
That was, I thought it was on, I thought the original spot was at the 40-yard line. The official from the bottom, well, he wasn't the furthest one away. Evidently
take that back. It's 4th and short. Real short. Looks like the refs are calling a timeout for.
Bring out the chain gang.
Looks like he's giving courtesy to one of our players to get his helmet strapped up, and we're back live.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a 4th and 1. This is a huge difference. Under center, you're going to sneak it. Oh, he's going to go. I'd just sneak it. Yeah, that's not a dumb play at all. Well, they're now down to the 35-yard line, 7:13 to go in the first half. Menasha is at the Panther 35-yard line. A nice drive. Started with a bit of a kick that went out of bounds. They started at the 35, so it's been a good drive for the Menasha Bluejays.
So it'll be interesting to see how Mark makes any adjustments within this defensive line front, trying to cycle bigger guys in or drawing the linebackers up. And as soon as I say that, they run a pass play.
That quarterback's a good athlete.
He is a good athlete. Again, one of those things where speed under control. We got to the ball, but we ran past him. thinking that he was just going to fall over if we got close. And so really got to work on that discipline of tackling, as we've talked in the past.
We've let them get outside. Again, it's first game. You haven't seen anything like this.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, that quarterback is definitely a weapon. In fact, from what I've seen, he's a better runner than a passer. The little I've seen, obviously. Oop. We are not getting into the backfield at all. We are not getting any, and that's what you got. When you don't have the size, somehow you got to get into the backfield and force them back to the middle or whatever, and we're not on this drive. So 2nd and 6, gain of 4. That's a huge gain down here.
When you have to play so disciplined when you have that run-pass option, like you're putting it in the quarterback's hands to make the decision, being able to disrupt the best that they can on defense, but still play disciplined enough of who's my responsibility and making sure that my teammate is following their responsibility. So it'll be interesting to see how they adjust.
Boy, it looked like we should have had some penetration. It just stopped. It's another good gain, about 5-6 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 2, but this is obviously 4-down territory, 3rd and 2 at the 15. Now, what you can do is you can walk up your safeties or defensive backs, try to get them involved to stop a 6-yard run to a 3 or 4 yard run. But they're spreading us out. You take a look at the top side of their right side of their offensive line. There is a gap there. And they took advantage of it.
Yeah.
Inside the 10, Sawinski with a great run.
What's hard right now is that their linebackers are 3 to 4 yards off that line of scrimmage, and we're not getting the penetration. And so that offensive line of Menasha is able to get even a greater push that their quarterback, number 11, Paul Schmolinski, is able to get that head of steam.
I'm looking at the gaps, and it's almost like they're not running it unbalanced. I thought they might be, but they're not. There's a big play.
There's a good tackle.
But we had penetration.
Yeah,
Miller
absolutely.
had penetration.
Yeah, Devin was able to shoot that gap and then finish the tackle by wrapping him up in that way. I will tell you this, though, Scott. The snaps of Menasha have not been clean. They've been really low. I'm waiting for one to skip to him. And so it's just, if we can get that penetration, if we can get all over that ball, if there is that mishap in that way. So in 3:53 left in the second quarter, Menasha on a long, methodical drive, started at the 35-yard line, now at the 7-yard line going in.
Yeah, we are not. Again, their running backs run hard. When we make contact, they pick an extra 2, and our running backs have done the same.
Good tackle there by Charlie Nass, finishing up with Tyler Williams trying to strip the ball.
Left side off tackle has seemed to be very productive for them. Left side of their offensive line. So you're going to have to get a little more activity, with our defensive tackle on the outside shade of the guard.
There's the fumble. That's just what we talked about. Just a play too early, but we'll take it. Puts us in a good position at 4th down and goal at the 11-yard line.
That's how coaches lose hair.
That's not saying much for the two of us.
They're doing everything well. The coach says, listen, we're going to pound it down their throat until they stop us. And 4th and 10, looks like they're going to try to kick it.
Now, last time they lined up for an extra point, they had a fake. It would be interesting if they would choose to do the same here, because you just keep your offense on the field. But you still have to play disciplined and watch your cues. They're staying in that defensive front. They did not bring their field goal block team on.
Kick is no good.
Yeah.
Ooh, ouch.
Another bad snap. The holder did what he could to get it down.
They got. I tell you, they can get that down. That's a nice team. But it's going to take some time. So 2:07 to go in the first half. At halftime, if you want to stick around and watch Plymouth Community TV, there's an interview with Kevin Butters, our new athletic director. Went really, very, very well. Meyer Motors, 107 Plaza Lane on the east side of Plymouth. Thanks you for voting us #1 in Sheboygan County for the best in these categories. Best new car dealership, 3 years running. Best locally owned business. Best auto repair shop. Best tire center. Best car wash detail shop, serving you since 1926. We pride ourselves on customer service. Look for us on Instagram. Big dealership, small town service. Eichenberger hangs on. It's going to pick up about 4. Panthers have all 3 timeouts. I think they're just going to try to hustle it a little bit here. Save the timeouts. They got a long ways to go, but there's a lot of time.
You have all 3 timeouts.
I don't like this.
And so it'll be interesting to see. I think they can take a huge advantage because not only we can double dip on this, we can score here, and then we get the ball at halftime. And so I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now it's the opportunity to take advantage. Enough for the first down. Looks like it.
Well, they called. They
Good
stopped
pitch
the
and
clock.
catch again. Great route
Great catch.
by Dylan Korthals. Wish it was up a little bit because he's so shifty that we could see
That was a
him
great.
make it move and go.
That was a great catch. All right, so they got a first down. That's what you want to do. About a 5-yard, 4 or 5-yard game. That one was to Korthals again.
Nice quick out. Doesn't have to use a timeout because he's able to go out of bounds.
Picked up 3. You know, you've got a 6'3" receiver that's probably, got about a 38, 40-inch vertical.
Yeah, see, I would look on it this play. You got trips on the left, the top side of your screen. You got Caden all by himself. Safety's in the middle, but of course they roll out the other way to the 3 receivers.
Augie gets out of bounds. That's big, so it saves a timeout. So it's going to be 3rd and about 2 at the 39-yard line.
Races to the sideline.
Again, nice opportunity there because it's still a minute 8 left. You have all 3 timeouts.
Ooh. Well, they had the mark right there, so it's 3rd and 3. I thought he was up a little further, but the officials are a lot closer than I am. I tell you what, the officials, it's not an easy job, and we're losing them. So, yep, they're going to make a mistake, and if they don't, they should get paid a heck of a lot more.
3rd and 3 for the Panthers. 1:08 left in this first half. Pitch to Devin. Catch the corner. There you go. Number 4 in the first half. Devin Miller. What a play.
He just outran people. I mean, obviously, there was the blocking on the right side got him a hole. After that, woo, he's gone.
But he's able to make a cut and go around that corner. And then, like you said, 4th in state in the 100 last year. He is so fast. He is so strong. Just a great play by that offensive.
I just sat and enjoyed watching it.
You did. You kind of bailed on me on that one.
It was like, wow, he's gone.
Yeah.
Well, he comes back as the fastest kid coming back in the state in the 100-meter. Yeah, at least in our division.
Nice.
So we're going to try to kick it again. We're up 26-6. We will get the ball to start the second half. We're going to go for 2 because we missed the last extra point. Kuhn and Miller in the backfield. Eichenberger, Panthers are going to take a timeout.
So really right here, if you're going to go for 2, you got to make sure that you have the right personnel.
Yep.
You got to make sure that you have the right play call. Because if you see something, either 1, that there's confusion, or 2, you don't like the matchup on the defensive side, you want to make sure that you have it right. Because it's easier to take the 1 with a kick, a little bit harder. Yeah, want to have your mechanics in place, the people in place to be able to make that 2-point conversion a success.
I wonder, because this is his second full year as QB, and the backfield's been together, and some of the receivers, if they'll give Augie an option when he comes up to the line of scrimmage. If he has an isolation on one side that might work, I just wonder. I haven't had a chance to talk to Gail. He's so busy. He's so busy with a lot of grandkids and
Absolutely.
his coaching and everything else he's got going on. So I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, he's played disciplined enough, and he appears to be smart enough from a football level. I don't know what his grades are. That's not the conversation here for tonight. But to be able to go ahead and
Looks like
give him
they're-
that option is great.
They're kind of bunched in a little bit.
Nice play.
That worked out well. Great call, great play, Yale Gron. Good job, Panthers. Boy, that was a beautiful drive. Now, the drive helps a lot. One kid runs it about 65 yards for a touchdown, but it was well run. 28-6, Panthers with a commanding lead, and they get the ball at the end of the half. While we're waiting for the kickoff from the Panthers, Waldo State Bank, Depot Street in Waldo. Local independent like you, Waldo State Bank, serving the community since 1913. 119 North Depot Street, Waldo, Wisconsin. Waldo State Bank member at FDIC. Plymouth Glass. 402 East Main Street, kitty corner from the library. It's a family-run business. Honored to serve the people of our community. At Plymouth Glass, we offer a wide variety of services, including standard and custom shower enclosures, aluminum storefront windows and doors, safety glass, glass tabletops, thermal pane replacement, plastics, cabinet glass with many patterns to choose from, and much more. Stop in at Plymouth Glass, ready to handle all your glass needs. So it's a little, well, we've had some big play. They've had a big game at big plays, but that bad snap, they're ready to, they're pounding it down our throat, and that bad snap. You're right, they've had a lot of them, and we really have been played pretty cleanly.
We've only had maybe one or two penalties on us.
Yeah.
In playing that discipline, you really take the wind out of the team's sail when you have that long of a drive. We think it was almost 7-minute drive. You get down to the 3, you fumble, put you back at the 10, another bad snap, and you don't get any points out of it. And then we come down and get 7. Oh my goodness, onside kick. Talk about catching them off guard. Panthers recover the ball.
I think that might have been
Caleb Feldman.
I think it was going to be kind of a pooch. I don't know.
That was a line drive pooch.
It was a liner. And we have a timeout. I suppose they figured, well, no matter what, we're not going to give them. We have 2 timeouts.
We should have 2 timeouts because we had to take one at that
right.
2-point conversion.
Here
goes,
isolation right down
up.
here. That's your ISO.
Looks like they're playing zone on defense. Find that
there
hole.
It is.
He's got time. Set your feet.
It was well covered. They had Schultz. They did well covered. So we'll take one of the timeouts and see what else can happen. Augie did pick up a yard on the play, however. Give him a lot of credit for that one.
Well, it's always hard when you're in that position. You roll out just a little bit. You want to find your receivers to find the pockets because they were playing zone. It wasn't man-to-man. You don't have to beat your guy one-on-one. You want to find the pockets in that zone. Not enough time. Good pursuit by Menasha's number 90, Elijah Phillips. Like you said, Scott, a gain of 1 to put it 2nd and 9. We'll call a timeout. 1 left with 42 seconds to go.
They covered Schultz deep. The one thing you might, if you could slide Miller out of the backfield and just catch him on a little slant going across the middle, but hey, they're giving it a shot. So they're out. The Panthers do have a timeout left. They can pick up a first down, would be nice. So
right now
see what Mr. Gron has drawn up.
we flip trips to the right side of the field, bottom of the screen. Kane Schultz at the top. Again, another rollout. Gives a stutter step.
Well covered. I mean, saw it on this side, saw it in the middle of the field, down the field. Now, the situation is, how much time you want to give them. If you don't pick up a first down, you're going to punt the football. They've shown the ability to run some things back pretty well.
Both teams do have 1 timeout left here in the end of the second quarter. 3rd and 9.
Single back, Trips on the bottom, split on the top. Still well covered. You know, rolling, I think the defense dictated rolling to his left, but that's hard to throw across your body. He did a pretty nice job.
They
but
did
it's
want to
hard.
isolate Caden Schultz on that one, but they had a linebacker underneath when he did his quick out. Then Caden ran up the sideline. Safety was over the top.
Yep.
And like you said, it was a tough throw for Augie to be able to get his hips square to the throw and his shoulders around to make that pass. Good attempt. I like the aggressive nature on that line drive pooch. We couldn't do anything with it, but let's see what happens with our defense.
Well, Menasha's a well-coached team. They are. They've done some things that are very, very good. They got a piece of that thing.
So we have inside information that told us that Caden learned this week that he was going to be the punter. And so this is something brand new for him. But he's an athlete. He's going to make it happen. I will be curious to see how many times he chooses to tuck and run it versus punting it, but it's early in the season so far.
Well, you know, he hasn't had enough athletic experience so he gets a little nervous, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they got a piece of that. Now they have a timeout. If they can break something, that's just what you don't want.
Yeah, playing containment, playing deep. You can already see that the corners are 10 yards off.
They could break one to their left side or go right there.
There's a block in the back. Unfortunately, was not called. We have that aerial view.
Oh, they're going to take the timeout. I give them credit for that. Tell you, number 2 for them, that running back is a nice runner. He is hard to bring down.
Yeah, Logan Bivens is the one that broke it off for that 73-yard touchdown. He's just runs hard to tackle, low to the ground. Last time out by Menasha, 2nd and 7 to go to finish out this half. 9 seconds left to go. So here's, Scott, what you're talking about in the defensive huddle is you want your safeties to be back. They're probably going to be 20 to 30 yards back of the line of scrimmage to make sure that there's the Hail Mary, the laterals. You want to make sure that someone doesn't get away. So playing deep and cutting the angles are going to be important for those safeties and corners.
Well, and we do get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's huge for us. And again,
so being at 28-6 is a great
we're in
great
good
start.
shape. We're in good shape so far. But we've had, again, some big plays that they have shot themselves in the foot, and it's not anything other than some bad snaps. They haven't fumbled. They haven't thrown an interception. They've done some things that are okay, but if the ball doesn't start with a quarterback, it's tough to make good things happen. Oh, boy. Good throw. So 4 seconds, one more play to go for the Blue Jays. So they can do whatever they want.
I was a little surprised by that. It looked like their corners came up a little bit. Thankfully, Caden's fast enough to run with him, but it was a quick, deep pass.
Yeah.
Our D-line didn't have an opportunity to put much pressure on the quarterback. He set his feet. Good hard throw, out of bounds, uncatchable. We just have to do that again.
Looked. I don't know if we even rushed 4. We just rushed 3. Well, hey, anytime you have the ball, you have a chance to score. Oh, there's 4.
You can hear Christian Valbrecht, the D-backs coach, saying deeper, deeper for those corners. Good pressure, can't set his feet. It's a good defensive play at the end there.
It's the quarter.
That will be the final play of the first half. The score, your Plymouth Panthers 28, the Menasha Bluejays 6. And now, here is the winning ticket number of tonight's 50-50 raffle. Make sure to collect your winnings.
Well, welcome back to another version of Time Out with Scott Richards. It's been a while since we've had this, but I've gotten a little older, but probably no smarter. We're going to do timeout, and our first guest is going to be Mr. Kevin Butters, our new athletic director at Plymouth High School. Now, there's always a lot of changes every year in schools, like in anything else, and they all are important, but some of them you just don't see as much. But in the case of Mr. Butters here, and I say that loosely, Mr. Butters, it's a big change. Welcome to timeout, Kev.
Thank you.
One of the changes, now I've been here a long time, is we've had a number of really, really good athletic directors. They all kind of had a nickname. I was here with Werner Soup Finke, Clarence Cabby Wild, Mike Sluggle Slagle, Gail Gron, although you didn't hear the Groners, Dano Canals, usually just Canals, and now I'm here with Kevin Butters. So, Kevin, welcome. We're really happy to have you. It's great. I know you've got a tough act to follow, but I think you're ready for it. What do you, besides AD, it's a little different situation. You're also what's called the activities coordinator. What does that all entail?
So basically, I go through and I cover all the athletic sides of things, all sports, all the fields, everything like that, all the coaches, but I also do all the activities at the school. So I'll oversee the musical, the FFA, FBLA, some of the bigger groups that we have in the school, and make sure that there's plenty of opportunities for kids to do something that they're interested in while they're here at PHS.
Well, and that's huge, because people don't understand that the Plymouth School District has as many athletic activities, one or maybe two less than Fond du Lac High School, which has 2,000 kids. So we offer a lot of stuff. And then all the other, now do you have to do anything with the clubs as well? Okay.
I'll oversee all the clubs. Plymouth, out of every school I've been at, Plymouth has been the school that has the most clubs and involvement by, because staff members just run them. So we have some of the most clubs I've seen in any district that I've been in.
Okay, that brings me up to another question, and the people are always going to ask this. Okay, you're the new athletic director. Fortunately, you're a Plymouth graduate, which means you're highly educated.
You know it.
Speaking from experience, and I think it's great. There was a moment where it was thought that, well, maybe we should bring more people in from the outside, and that's fine. But I know that they were at least finalists for your job. Am I correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, so it wasn't like they just said, "Here, Kevin, you're next." You went through a process, and the process determined that you were going to be our next athletic activity director.
Yep.
So, what is a little bit of your background now that led to you this?
So I taught for 14 years before this. This is my 15th year in education where I'm taking this new role. But I started at a real small school in Monticello where I taught every single science in the school and coached football and track there, ran the weight room. After that, I went to West Bend where I coached and taught in that district. And then I went up to Green Bay East where I coached and taught. And on the athletic side of things, I have 14 years of coaching experience. 14 in varsity football, and then 13 in track, and then this past year I did 1 in softball. So I've been very involved in every single thing I can over the last 14 years and getting involved wherever I can in every school.
And people don't realize there are certifications for all the stuff you're doing, including AD, and you're doing a little bit of attendance.
Yep.
Is that correct?
So some admin stuff through the high school.
So that used to be the vice principal's job, and maybe they're pulling it back because everybody knows the world has changed. Don't go back to when Mike Briggs was sitting up here, we're in school, when we rode on our horse, and if the wind was good, we were lucky. But it's just the changes that have happened. And if you graduated 20 years ago, or 15 even like you did, or a few more than that like I did, it's just such a huge change. It's fantastic, but that's what brings you. And you've done a little bit. You followed Dano some, correct?
Yep.
At your other schools?
I've kept in touch, and I've always been a Plymouth guy, so coming back has always been part of the plan eventually. So it just kind of worked out the way it did.
Yeah, we tried to get rid of you. It just didn't work.
They did
the same with me. So we've got your background. Now, people think, well, you're just starting now because football starts. You actually started the job July 1st. Was it right around there?
After I officially got the job, I started working with Dano, and he kind of started training me and showing me how to build schedules and do all the referees and, reaching out to other coaches in other schools. And interviewing coaches. So I've been doing it since I found out I was getting the job, but I took over officially July 1st.
Okay, yeah. And again, it wasn't that you were the anointed one. It's just that's what you did. I know Gail Grant did some of that as well, and he wasn't for sure either. Although the process was certainly different in that situation. But yeah, so the first month and a half, what have you learned and how's it going?
No day's ever the same. It's very, seems like mass chaos sometimes, but everything works out. I think one of the things that I'm good at is, recognizing an issue and, figuring out a solution to it versus worrying about it. So that's one thing that I've definitely relied on is, what's the issue? Let's figure it out. Let's find the solution and move on to the next one, because every single day there's something new.
Well, and one person's catastrophe is another person's normal day.
Yep.
Our job, I love coaching, I love teaching, I loved education because every day was different, every hour was different, and that worked for my personality, and I think it does for yours as well. But you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn. It's as I said, I know they looked at candidates that had been ADs, et cetera, et cetera. Plymouth, though, it's been important for them without ignoring anybody at all, because I know I was involved in some interviews before and we hired people from outside, was that, listen, if we've had somebody that knows what's going on, boy, I caught myself saying that you do, but knows what's going on, it seems to be a benefit for Plymouth and the community, which just is a community. As an AD, you're a big part of the community, you're part of the district leadership team, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, it's wonderful. Now, right now, we have hired a new football coach. We're going to try to get Mark in to interview probably next week. You hired a new volleyball coach as
Yep.
well, correct?
Yep, head volleyball coach, and then the staff is essentially all new too,
Okay.
along with it.
Well, and that's what people don't realize, is that as having been a head coach, your staff is so important. And to get good people, dedicated people, people that want to coach don't realize the hours.
Yep. It's a lot of time.
It was the road crew working on the road near where I live has got a 10-hour day. It's 4/10s, and great, they work very hard. But when you're coaching, it's a 10-hour day.
Yep.
If you start school at 7:30, which is generous, it's usually earlier, and then go till 5:30, it's 10 hours. So that's to keep that, and that's what the goal would be. I know if you can keep continuity of what's going on, and they've sort of done that with Mark when Tim Schultz was hired in basketball, and now the volleyball coach knew the previous volleyball coach well, correct?
Yep, so she actually student taught with Brad Smutty,
Okay.
and was around the building and has been around here, so knew some of the kids and knew kind of the Plymouth way of doing things, and kind of with me coming in, I want to build that culture of being all together as one at Plymouth, so she's part of that, so it was an easy ad.
I subbed, but last year I subbed 3 days because it was some people, they just couldn't find anybody, literally. The biggest problem I had is knowing the kids. Like I always knew them, now I know the grandparents. I knew them, and that was difficult. So her having been here for a year gives her a head start, which is really, really good. All right, so you're in a new position, you're the head man. What are some things you're looking for, knowing that the Plymouth system has worked pretty well, but you're a new guy, and you were outside Plymouth, so what are some of the visions you've got?
I think one of the big things that I've told all, at my head coaches meeting is just getting that culture as, we're all Plymouth. I'm not a Plymouth basketball player, I'm not a Plymouth football player, I'm not a Plymouth softball player, like we're all Plymouth. So building that culture that we're all together, we're all one. We're not a one-season person, wanting to build more multi-involved students, not only sport athletes, but kids that are involved in multiple different clubs in the school, and make sure that that culture of being kind of a family here is something that we rely on.
It's been big in Plymouth, as a coach who did multiple sports as well, and you have. We encourage kids to play more than one sport. Now, we're not saying we are negative or get upset with them, but I have a grandson's a very good hockey player in another district, and one of the articles I just read, even in hockey, play another sport
Yep.
if you can. And if it doesn't work, fine. Same thing with our clubs. We want kids doing something. It keeps them involved. It helps with their education. And I think you come from that background as well.
Yep. I've always coached multiple sports and been involved in a lot. You know, here I coach football. I did a lot with the boys basketball team, coach track and softball, and in the winters I'm in the weight room every single day. So that's just kind of something we're building too, is making sure that, you know, kids are involved year round in that stuff, and they're not getting the weight room for one season and then taking a winter off and then taking a summer off. Like, they're here getting better every day.
You not only were involved in basketball, you drove the bus.
I did.
You know, well, I drove the bus. I was disappointed you didn't come out for basketball years ago. We had that power point guard position, and just you went to something else. That's okay.
I was too good at shooting.
Yeah, we respected that. So yeah, so you've got a good start. The season starts this Thursday. Our team is ready to go Thursday night. You're ready to go. You've already had some stuff, so
Yep.
I think things are going great. I'm glad we could get you on for the first time out. I don't know how many we'll have this year at all, but I think you're going to do well. I'm actually, as a former coach and teacher, proud to see you doing this.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, that's it for our first time out of the year. Scott Richards, Kevin Butters, thank you very much, and we'll see you again.
adjustments?
I was trying to ask who's doing the chains. Steve Olsen, Jeremy Linsmeyer, Wayne Holt. Who's the other one? I'm missing. He said, "What do you want to know?" I said, "I always kind of mention their names." Welcome back to the second half of tonight's Plymouth Panther versus Menasha Bluejays football game. Scott Richards, Aaron Martell, Kurt Zalp. Tim Schultz is up here. We don't know why. So Panthers have a 28-6 lead to start the second half and will get the kickoff. Almost mistake-free half by the Panthers. That's wow.
Oh, wow.
There's Miller. So I'm just watching.
You have been just watching.
I'm just watching. Devin Miller, first of all, he fields a short hop.
Yeah, it looked like a third baseman getting in front of it.
Terang feels a short hop. He's breaking. But now, why couldn't the poor kid outrun that one too, right?
Right.
Ran out of gas. So the Panthers start with a bang, about a 50, 60-yard return by Devin Miller inside the 30 at the 30-yard line of the Menasha Bluejays. So here we go, Panthers. Miller gets the handoff, picks up. I think he picked up 10 yards right up the middle. You know, I will say that the run blocking of the Panthers has been pretty darn good.
It really has been, and they've been able to stay in their lanes, get a hat-on hat, and then you got Devin who's cutting in the ways that he is. It's just a great runner, and going to get you your starting offense for the second half here, folks, here in a minute.
Miller has something wrong with his helmet, so
looks like we have an equipment change here.
So Troca will come in, and I'll tell you what, are you lucky to bring Troca in? That's a good running back. He was good last year. He'll be good this year. Quick out to Korthels. Well played by Menasha. A little bit high. The ball he had kind of reached back a little high. Nonetheless, was positive yards. Ouch.
Again, your starting offensive line, number 79, Jacob Schaub, number 65, Bronx Romanowski, number 60, Charlie Winkowski, number 55, Noah Stenpool, number 54, Zach Miller. In the backfield, we have number 34, Devin Miller with 4 touchdowns so far, 32, Charlie Nass. Number 15, Caden Schultz. Your quarterback, number 12, Augie Eggenberger, 11, Cole Kuhn, and finally, number 2, Dylan Korthals. Maximo Troca with a nice cut back.
Hard run. Looked like there's a hole right up the middle. But again, he's down there, and up here it's a lot easier to see it. So Reinhardt picked up about 4. So this situation, probably 4 downs. 3rd and 5. Inside the 15. After that big run back, you want to take advantage of it. Eigenberger at quarterback. Troca is right behind him, number 20. Korthel's in motion. Eigenberger keeps the ball, breaks one tackle, gets down to the 5. Nice run, Augie Eigenberger.
Well, Scott, what's great about that play is that's the third iteration of that play. It was a fake jet sweep, fake handoff to Maximo, and then Augie kept it. You have 3 options with one look of that play, and then Augie was able to gain that first down, have ball control in the sense of protecting it because he got hit from behind. An easy way to cough that football up, but he protected it. Great play call and great result.
That's what iteration means?
That Plymouth education, is that what we're talking about, Scott? Comprehensive.
Yeah, it was. I missed that day. Now we've just said we played clean. We just got a legal motion on the left side of the line. Still first and guard, goal from 10. A lot different. Let's see. Miller comes back in. Troca did a nice job while he was in there. That's a great backup to have. Either spot, I'm sure he can play both the full or wing back that Kuhn plays and for Devin.
All right, we got first and goal at the 10-yard line. Again, Panthers are up. Start of the second half, 28-6, driving into their end zone. Fake handoff.
Touchdown, nice play, nice run.
It's a great play by Cole. He did a quick out on that tight end. He's able to make a move, take a hit, but have enough athleticism to dive across that end line for touchdown.
They cleared the zone. He broke open. Eigenberger hit him at the right time. You know, that people don't realize timing is so huge in football. You hit him at the right time. He has plenty of time to turn his head and look up. We're going to go for 1. 34-6 right now. Snap is good. Everything's good, and so is the kick. So the Panthers take a lead of 35-6. 9:12 to go in the third quarter.
And Scott, what's great about that too is that because Devin has been running as hard as he has, there's that fake to Devin. You're going to draw the eyes of the linebackers into him. Then Cole Kuhn is going to take that break on the outside, that quick out.
Again, for early in the year, they've got a lot of well-designed plays that are working.
So we're starting the third quarter, 9 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Panthers are up 35-6 over Menasha.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the old cheer squad down there doing the push-ups going to get a little worn out tonight. Get them ready for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can qualify those as push-ups, but they have done that a lot tonight, so we'll give them a pass, and I'm sure they're not in push-up shape yet.
So, you're ready to kick the ball off. He did well. He had one out of bounds, but overall his kicking's been pretty good for the first night under the lights. That's going to come down at the 15. Going to the right, looks like there's a little room. Well, that was a great return. I said there was some room, and there was a lot of room. So Menasha Bluejays carried out to the 47, 48-yard line. Near the end of the half, about 3, 4, 5 minutes ago, Menasha had a great drive, just pounding the ball, and it was bad snaps that cost them. So I'm sure that's one of the things the Panthers coaches talked about at halftime. We got to stop that run first. They haven't shown the capacity, really, to me, to throw the ball well. That quarterback's a nice athlete, runs well, so you got to make him throw the ball. Yeah, Smolinski, he can run it.
Yeah, it was an 11-yard gain. I don't think he got touched until 8 yards down the field. He had a good seal block to create that hole. Your starting defense for your Plymouth Panthers, number 9, Parker Bursch. Number 11, Cole Kuhn. Number 15, Caden Schultz. 19, Tyler Williams. 23, Aiden DeMunk. Number 28, Maximo Troca. 32, Charlie Nass. 34, Devin Miller. 35, Sawyer Vopagel. And 42, Nate Hessel. 44, Nolan Ritchie. Quick screen out to the number 1 for Menasha. Good tackle by Caden. Staying home. Short gain of about 4 yards. Setting up 2nd and 6.
Good tackle by Schultz and good gang tackling. He got some help. So good quick out. Schultz is there. Good play by Menasha. They threw it through the short one. So they're definitely outsized us on that offensive line, and it showed a little bit at the end of the half. So then you got to out-quick them, use really great technique. There's a good play. Troca stopped it. Right now we're doing a lot of capturing, reaching out with our hands rather than bowing up a little bit to get in on the tackle.
Reaches the 33-yard line, 3rd and 3.
So 3rd and 3, certainly 4 downs. When you're down 35-6, it might be 4 downs, pretty much anything 50 yards and in. So Panthers, they're not stuffing the line of scrimmage though. They're not changing anything.
They're running everything in between the tackles, so everything straight up the middle. That was a dive play again by a solid running back from Menasha, number 2, Logan Bivens. And it's just their O-line is wearing down our D-line, not only because of size, but the way their blocking scheme is. They're catching our guys up a little bit because they want to use their speed. They got to be able to stay down and make those plays.
And again, it's early in the season. They're playing a lot of kids. We try as much as possible. Everybody would like to. Sometimes you can't play kids one way. Now there's certain athletes you can't do that with, but Menasha has found some magic. If they can play it clean, they can have some success.
So again, there they brought their linebackers up in some of those gaps. A shaky snap again. Quarterback faked into the running back and kept it, gained another 5 yards. And so Mark was able to adjust some things. Coach Volbrecht, was able to adjust some things on defense to try and get a little more pressure up there. But again, still getting 4 yards at a crack, 5 yards at a crack.
They're playing on our side of the field on offense. Yeah. Great fake. The keys were not read well on that one. So great run by Smolinski. They sort of pounded it, and he kept the ball. He's a very nice athlete. That's why I said you're going to have to make them throw it, because right now when they're running the ball, they're in control. So 5:52 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Plymouth Panthers lead the Menasha Bluejays now by a score of 35-12. Looks like Menasha.
Menasha is going to go for 2. Makes the most sense. 1, because they missed their last extra point because it was a fake extra point. But 2, right now, it's all about points and as fast as they can possibly score them. So defense has got to contain. That was a great play by Maxima Troca.
Yeah, that was great
he
play.
Stayed home, was able to get up in the air because the tight end behind him was open. But Menasha quarterback wasn't able to get it up and around Troca.
He babied the throw. He didn't just throw it. He just kind of good play. Troca did all he could do, get his hands up on the ball. And while we're at it, PJ Campbell's at the Depot. 114 Depot Road in Plymouth is a casual dining experience in a historic train depot converted into a restaurant. Join our family and enjoy comfort food, which includes steaks, ribs, sandwiches, and German favorites, offering something for everyone. Don't forget the big pretzel and baked French onion soup. Open Wednesday to Sunday after Labor Day, beginning at 4 p.m. Again, another great sponsor and great place to eat.
Well, Scott, with the
Albanel will tee up the ball for the
halfway through that third quarter, touchdown by each team.
Korthals and
Panthers are able to be successful on their extra point attempt, so it puts us up 35-12. Kickoff coming here for Menasha.
Good kick.
That's a big kick into the end
It
zone.
lands in the end zone, so a great kick, and the Panthers will start the ball at their 20. 5:52 to go. Panthers up 35-12. Panthers
for a touchback.
had a great run back to start the second half and scored on a short drive. Menasha also had a great run back and on the short field, and they have been running the football well. So so have the Panthers. It'd be interesting to see the rushing yard statistics for both teams. So same backfield, Eigenberger with Miller right behind him.
Ooh.
Almost breaks another one.
That was a
Picked up-
shoestring tackle. If he doesn't make that tackle, I think Devin is gone.
Well, whatever sport it is, baseball, basketball, football, you can't simulate quickness.
Right.
You know, you don't have another kid on, Menasha doesn't have a kid on a team that's a state, one of the top sprinters in the state, so you can't do it. So you got to figure out ways to get a hold of him because he's quick through the hole. He drives through the hole, so 1st and 10 already. There they got him on it. Linebacker made a sweep, so.
Yeah, good containment on that right side of the defensive line. Good solid tackle.
So it'll be 2nd and 9. Yeah, they did. The linebacker was able to angle tackle, good tackle by the linebacker. 2nd and 9. Eigenberger has the play.
They swapped out a wide receiver, Caden Schultz, for tight end Charlie Nass. There's that jet sweep again. He's able to catch the corner, but that is about it. Good job of.
They played that well. They contained Korthals. They played it very, very well. Now that play will set up another play, I'm sure, but it's going to be a 3rd and 7, deep in their own territory.
Gains 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and a long 5.
Okay, so here we go. Panthers split backs in the shotgun. Eigenberger. I tell you, there's nobody. Augie gets so wide on that. There is nobody to block that guy. So they either got to. Well, that's a play they'll work on. So and he's rolling left, so he's got to turn his body, turn his hips and shoulders to throw the ball. That's a tough one. Tough call.
And I understand why they want to roll him out, because he's athletic enough to be able to, hey, I'm going to make a quick decision either to pass the ball or to run it. But when you don't have containment on that on the outside, it creates that rush so much quicker, and then you don't have that option to throw. And so it'll be interesting to see, again, as the season goes on, what adjustments they might make. Interesting, Menasha calls a timeout on a punt.
That's interesting.
Yes.
So, wow, that's interesting. So is Bank First on Eastern Avenue in Plymouth, where they believe in building relationships and creating a better banking experience for our customers. We know our customers by name and make decisions locally, not out of state. We are advocates of the customers we serve, and our team of bankers enjoys helping people achieve their goals by providing personalized customer service and value-driven financial solutions. Call or stop by one of our offices to learn why it's different at First. Bank First, member FDIC. Advanced Eye Care, Anesthetics in Plymouth. Doctors Tim and Cheryl Ziegler, Dr. Christopher Schnelly, and the staff at Advanced Eye Care Anesthetics are there to provide for all your eye health needs. Whether it's using the many diagnostics for all your eye health testing, a new pair of glasses from their wide selection of frames, or contact lenses under their guaranteed lens success programs, they now include treatment for dry eye and inflammation. That's Advanced Eye Care Anesthetics in Plymouth. Ooh, got the friendly hop.
Good tackle there by Jackson Gesler. Looks like we do have a Panther down right now.
He brings it across midfield to the Panther 45-yard line. First down.
Looks like it's number 60, Charlie Minkowski, grabbing his ankle right now. Again, Yoshi coming out to take a look at him.
So, Van Horn Automotive Group. We get it. Buying a car can be a lot. At Van Horn, we make it simple. Shop online or in store from over 3,000 new and used vehicles, all with transparent pricing and zero pressure. We've been part of the Plymouth community since 1966. We're still here, growing with you. Because at Van Horn, it's not just selling cars. Family-born, employee-owned. Visit us, vanhornauto.com, and drive happy. So Yoshi is checking things out. Menasha has some athletes. They have some size. They will be, now last year they ended up 6-1 in conference behind Notre Dame, which had two of the top players in the country on their team. 8-3 overall. One of their losses was to Plymouth on the first game of the season. They've made mistakes that have really cost them. We haven't made many. And when we've made one, we've overcome them. So it's a good first game. Similar size schools, conferences. We go next year to a completely different conference, but it's somewhat similar from last year yet this year. It'll be interesting to see. And we've been advocating for years to run more south. Why are we going? And the people in the Winneconne's and Ripon, all those schools, even Waupun, although at one time they certainly could compete with us. Wonder a little bit what's going on. So when they get a little help, a couple kids will go out and help them keep the weight off any lower body injuries.
Yeah, you always hate to see that any time, especially coming in, not wanting to put weight on that ankle. Again, we're not going to speculate. We're not doctors. We didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. But Yoshi will tend to him and hopefully see him back next week. He will be done for today with that lead. 35-12, third quarter, 3 minutes left to go. Defense is coming onto the field right now as they take Charlie Minkowski over to the bench.
Well, we're going to have some trouble until we stop giving 4 yards before we touch the quarterback or the running back.
Yeah, and unfortunately right there, he also dragged 2 or 3 of our players 3 or 4 yards with him. And so we got to be able to get lower. We can't be doing those arm tackles. All things are going to, again, first game of the season. You don't do a lot of tackling drills in camp, and so it's going to be working on those things and just looking to get better and better and better as the season goes on.
And there's no trades or a transfer portal here.
You see, when you have so many dives, middle, dive, middle, dive, middle, and then they take the tight end and roll him out with just a quick little out, it sets up. We also had 2 defenders kind of trip over each other. So a great play by Menasha.
Our outside the tackles, outside the ends has been available, but they haven't been able to take advantage of it. They've been working the middle. You're right, working the middle, and so you tend to bunch in, and whoops, then you get a big play like
absolutely.
that. Sminsky's going to carry the ball again. There, good pressure.
There's a great tackle.
You get a number.
Devin Miller looks like.
That's what we needed to do.
And what was great about that is that Devin didn't try to go high. He's obviously shorter than the quarterback. He went low, and then he did that. What's called a gator tackle. Pete Carroll with Seattle, now the Las Vegas Raiders, is notorious for the gator tackle. You wrap and you roll. Not that you have you ever tackled a gator, Scott?
I've seen them.
You've seen gators, never tackled.
You'd
a
have
gator.
to be about one of those 1-footers.
Yeah, exactly.
So once he's rolling out, he's got nice throw, and the
Stumbled on the 2-yard line. Parker Bursch on the coverage.
it was good route, good throw. Bursch didn't have terrible, but Smolinski had a wide open field again. Our outside has been vulnerable, but part of it has been they pounded the middle, and you tend to compress. So
one of the things I'd like to see in defense right here, I'd like to see them harass the center just a little bit, put another linebacker over the top, get him a little nervous on the snap because there have been those low snaps. 3rd and goal at the 2. Again, a low snap and a fumble. Holding, excuse me, sorry, I'm not a ref on the field. But great coverage.
I thought it was a good tackle. Unfortunately, he was not supposed to be doing that. But again, they constantly kick themselves in the butt.
Yeah.
Now maybe that center heard your compliment up here about. But yeah, and it was down now. There's very little that the quarterback could do. He caught it at his feet.
Here we go, 3rd and goal. Looks like we're at the 9-yard line. Excuse me, 4th and goal. 4th and goal at the 9-yard line. They try and spread things out with twins on the left, tight end on the right, single back formation.
And they let him loose again. Look at this.
Kane breaks it up, could have intercepted it. Either way, it doesn't matter. That's 4th down.
And that was a good route. It's just Schultz is that good.
Correct.
He's that good. He did exactly what he had to do. And now the Panthers take over first and 10. Now they got to run a little drive. 4
seconds.
4 seconds. I was thinking it was 0.4. 4 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Panthers up 35-12. And they got the ball back. Another big mistake by Menasha. But the Panthers were able to hold. Great play by Cade Schultz.
Now you want to make sure that the Panthers, again, 4 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. You're backed up into your own end zone. You want to be able to make sure you still protect the ball, be solid, good handoff, maybe get a couple of yards, give yourself a little bit of room. But we'll be heading down to the other side of the field for the 4th quarter. Again, your Plymouth Panthers are up 35-12.
And while we have the break, American Senior Benefits. Ryan Riley and Kristen Heidemann. If you are retiring, eligible for Medicare, turning 65, or just curious to find out if your plan is the right one for you, American Senior Benefits is there to help. Ryan Riley and Kristen Heidemann are experienced in providing personalized services to explain and guide you through the Medicare process and provide you through a free needs analysis with options available at the lowest cost for the best healthcare coverage. Call Ryan, 920-207-0731, or Kristen at 920-207-8037. Set up an appointment at your home or in their office. American Benefits, they are here to help. Lots of services from American Senior Benefits. So the Panthers have a commanding 4th quarter lead, but Menasha has had twice. They've been inside the 5.
Yes, they have.
And they had a bad snap. I shouldn't say thankfully, because we took advantage of it, but they had a bad snap and they didn't score. And that last play was well executed. Schultz just made a great play.
Well, he made the same cut that the receiver did and was able to get in front of it. It could have intercepted it.
It was close. This receiver probably prevented a touchdown. Oh. The crowd started a little late.
All right, we did lose 2 on that last play. 2nd and 12 for the Panthers in the shadow of their own end zone.
Augie hasn't. Augie, boy, they are. Look at their defensive backs are 6 yards from the line of scrimmage. They're just bringing them. They're just saying, listen, here's what we're going to do.
Well, again, we had an injury at the punt just before with Charlie Mikowski, so we have a replacement, a backup in there. And so that can always be a challenge, too, just coming back into the game in the 4th quarter. You want to make sure that you're executing your part.
Now, they have rolled Augie out on all of these. It might be, again, because they're not sure. Plus, he's got the ability to run with the football. It's going to have to be a quick one. As I was saying, and I didn't see, there was an open receiver. There's no way he could see him. He couldn't look back to his left. We have not done that well tonight. That's an area of concern, but again, it's the first night, first game of the year. that there's a lot of penetration, so he can't just really get set up. But that's something they can work on, and they will. Now Schultz cannot dance around too much now. Because it's already, usually he got about 15 yards. Here he's got about 13. It ends up being not too bad a kick.
No, not at
It's
all.
about a 40-yard kick. They touched it. He was trying to down it. He didn't have control of the ball.
That was a.
At least I'm hoping he didn't have control of the
Well,
ball.
that was interesting because all it has to do is touch a receiving player, and it looked like one of our Panthers pushed the Menasha player into the ball, but according to the refs who are closer to the field than we are.
He was on his knees. No question, he was on his knees. He maybe had it and then to push the ball, so he was down with the ball. And I thought, though, that he just tried to grab it and then it came out. But if he hits him while he's on the ground and has the ball, it's not a fumble. So
correct.
Irrelevant. The Panthers did not have, the last two series were not great. So the defense is going to have to bow up here a little bit. Start with a big play on first down for the defense. They've moved up a little bit too.
Another fumbled snap.
And another non-outside contain.
Logan Bivens gets outside the containment.
So fumbled snap, they made something, a lot of something out of nothing. We thought we had him contained. Unfortunately, they did not.
What we've talked about, and again, we've played a pretty clean game, but there have been certainly moments here where you're not doing your responsibility.
Right.
And in that case, and Bevins is a good running back, don't get me wrong, but when he gets outside, he's a lot better because there's nobody else left to help you out. So 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line, another big run by the Blue Jays. 9:54 to go in the ball game.
Another fumbled snap.
And good play.
Nice play. That's a great play. Number 44, Nolan Ritchie, was able to make first contact and finish the tackle. A loss of 5 yards sets it up as 2nd and 15.
It wasn't a great snap, but it was catchable. So, but again, Smolinski's having to do some, and he's a good player. So Panthers made a break there. Make it 2nd and 14, 9:23 to go in the ball game.
Well, Scott, when you have so many struggles on snap, you get the yips, right?
Yep.
You're not sure where it's going to come from, and so you're kind of getting ready. And so the last few snaps, again, unfortunately have been very inconsistent.
You know, they're not pulling anybody. That was a good throw. That was a great throw. That was good coverage.
Good coverage by Tyler Williams right there.
Yep, it was. Good coverage by Tyler. And the throw was there. So that'll make it 3rd. That was a good throw. That was right where it had to be. So let's see what they got. And again, they're playing a win. They're not out of this yet. At least they don't think so, and they shouldn't. So ooh, threw it a little. Well, maybe it's just a bad cut. They tend to throw wide side. Most teams do, but that's what I've sort of picked up here. They're going to throw wide side, try to isolate a little bit.
Well, in such a mobile quarterback, you give him more space to move.
I'll tell you what, I'd keep running him outside too. If he doesn't see somebody open, he can make it happen. But you've got to make him turn back where there's help in the middle. So, defense, what are you going to do? You send somebody up the middle, I think you're going to leave yourself wide open. Top of the field is, speaking of wide open, it's kind of an isolation. They're sliding the safety, DeMunk sliding over a little bit. Well, that helps. That doesn't.
Sawyer, great pressure right away. Throw the ball up, knocked around. Great job by number 9, Parker Bursch on that. Sawyer, again, was in the backfield just as fast as he caught the snap.
He's got to widen his steps and lower his shoulders and make the play. He's creating havoc, which is great.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't imagine how big his eyes were. Like, I got a free shot at the quarterback, right?
And to that quarterback's credit, he's not easy. He's
not. He's a big guy. He's a strong quarterback.
So now,
nice turnover on downs though.
Run some clock. Again, look at they got everybody up within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. So Williams makes a little something happen here.
One cut. Oh, we have a penalty is thrown. Devin runs down.
Might be out on the receiver. That's the only thing I can see. Because the play was well passed.
Devin Miller is a little slow to get up.
Right, tired.
He has been the workhorse today, both on offense and on defense. It might be some cramping, those early season cramping issues and not drinking enough pickle juice.
They're calling maybe a legal formation sideline warning. It was sideline warning from the other side.
Yeah, so it sounds like there was the penalty is that sideline warning, Scott, on Menasha.
The official indicates a sideline warning on Menasha.
So that means you see that white border
on the field.
Yep, you cannot have too many people inside that white border.
Devin Miller's run all the way down to the 15-yard line. First down, Plymouth Panthers.
So again, Scott, as you mentioned on that last play, they had so many in the box, but Devin was able to make one cut, get outside. There was no contain out there, then run the sideline and ran out of gas. Understandably, because he has, like we said, been that workhorse tonight.
And he plays both ways.
He does play both.
Runs back kicks, kickoffs. So, but again, you got a great guy to fill in Troka.
So it's going to be first down and 10. Looks like we are at the 16-yard line. Officials are set to go. 8 minutes left to go in the game. Again, Panthers are up 35-12.
Okay, so the Panthers, first and 10 at the 16, up 35-12 in the fourth quarter. So Maximo is more of a thunder runner. He's going to make that one cut and just run people over. Picked up a couple. Plays defense. Solid on defense, basically what I would kind of call an outside linebacker. Some might say a defensive end.
Offensively, we just subbed Caden Schultz in wide receiver and Charlie Nass tight end out. Again, what's great right now is that the clock is running.
So picked up, again, you got decide whatever they want to do here. They're down at about third, picks up another couple. So 3rd and 6, just inside the 11.
It was interesting on that last play, Scott. They had twins on the left, and Parker Birch wasn't covered at all. It was a late shift by Menasha. Thought we might have been able to catch them off guard with a change, but again, you get the play call, you run the play call until coach tells you otherwise.
So, throwing deep. That didn't have a lot of time. That was a good throw. You throw it where nobody can catch it but the Panther and just overshot it by a little bit. So it looks to me like they're going to try to field goal.
And why not? I mean,
why not?
You give him an opportunity, you're up. The risk isn't that great. You want him to have repetitions, not only late in, but you also want the snap. You want the hold. Those opportunities to do live kicking like this is huge.
Well, I think they sort of decided that when they tried to go for the end zone. If we don't get it, we're going to try to kick it. Snap is great. Hold is great. The kick looks pretty darn great, too.
That's
right down
nice
the middle.
Nice 28-yard field goal by Layden Yerk. Good solid hold. Augie had to get a little creative with that hold. Again, Panthers are up 38-12, 6 minutes and 53 seconds left in the game.
Paddock Club, Lake Street in Elkhart Lake, with great homemade food from Chef Lynn Chisholm. Miller and Belton Incorporated, Hillendale Road, corner of 67 and PP. Trimmers, blowers, edgers, lawnmowers, chainsaws, batteries, and chargers. Stop in and see what they got. Plymouth Furniture on Eastern Avenue for furniture and appliances, any room in your house. 20/20 Visions doctors, Brad Wickland, Corrine Beresdorf, and Alexandra Van Els. They accept insurance for employees of Kohler, Sargento Masters, Gallery, Johnsville, and many more. Meyer Motors, been a great auto dealer for a long year, since 1926. I believe Mike was a baby at that time, Mike Briggs. Waldo State Bank, Depot Street in Waldo. Stop in. Plymouth Glass, East Main Street, Kiddick corner from the library for all your glass, tabletop, windows, screen doors, storm doors. Check them out. So, 38-12. Again, the score does not indicate the game. They're going to look at the stats tomorrow morning or wherever you can see them, and we're going to be up because we've had some long runs, but Menasha has moved the football. And they've changed their defense a little bit. Unfortunately, Deb Miller once again broke a big one to get us down inside the 20-yard line. Kind of a poocher.
Oh, great tackle by Parker Birch right there. Nice play.
That looked like they were just trying to prevent any type of a long run. So Menasha takes over, 6:49 to go. Menasha down 38-12. They will start at their own 38-yard line. Again, their success. Smolinski has looked like he can throw the ball, but their passing game hasn't been so refined. But they've run the ball so well. Again, stop the run, make them pass.
It'll be interesting, Scott, to see if they'll start doing any subs. There's not a lot of players on the sideline right now, but you do want, being up by this much, give your guys a little bit of a break.
There he goes.
Good, good gang tackle. Number 26, Corey Stark was there. Sawyer Vorpogel was there.
The outside contain had to go with the receiver. So it was, the play was set up very, very, very well. That's another big play for Menasha.
Sawyer's taking a break. Tyson Arnold is coming in to play number 14 at that defensive end position, outside linebacker. Another fumbled snap.
That's not on the center. That was a good snap. Quarterback just missed it. But it's another big mistake.
Right, exactly. Good tackle there by Cole Kuhn.
You're definitely going to have to practice it a lot. But again, you can only practice so many hours in a day. And that's where kids are going to have to get together and do it on themselves.
Correct.
That center's going to have to get out before practice and after practice, and he and the quarterback and snap and whatever they got to do to correct that. This is not a bad football team at all.
Second and 17.
That always helps. Got a little bit of pressure. Nice throw in the middle. And, Parker. Parker. You're going to see that, baby? I think he did see the ball, but he saw
the green grass in front of him. But that's all right. Great breakup. Good coverage by Tyler Williams on as well.
Yeah, well, it was good cover. That's the important thing. But he had his hands where he didn't put his thumbs together. But hey, he made a good play on the ball. They didn't catch it, but he would have probably had a TD. But they made the important part.
Exactly. Broke up the pass, sets it up at 3rd and 17.
Another. There was a timing play. I believe he used.
Yeah, it's one of those timing plays. Like, I don't know if it's a 15-yard out cutback, if it's supposed to be 12. It seems like he's throwing it a little early because he wasn't even out of his break yet, and the ball was at his feet. And that's always hard on a receiver.
And he had plenty of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they don't. Sometimes, you obviously you can't base it on where the chains are because there's only one side of the field. But oftentimes they'll have them go to a spot. You know, and there it might have been get to that hash and cut it. Right. It wasn't, again, they're high school kids, high school players. We can talk about what we hear, but. What was that? Look at this. He could have run. That's another thing they're going to work on, I'm sure. He could have run. He might have got a first down. So
well, that was a good thing too, because we only had 10 players on the field. There was some confusion on who should be on, who should be off, and
well, we're trying. I think that that could be. I don't know if Monkowski was hurt, if he was in the line, because
right.
Could have been. Another one of our sponsors, PJ Campbell's at the Depot, 114 Depot Road. After Labor Day, they're only open Wednesday to Sunday. Right now, until Labor Day, it's Tuesday to Sunday. Great place to go. Wow. That's kind of a short punt.
We got a couple of new linemen in. Number 72, Preston Gahagan. Number 74, Alex Young. I'll try and get some of the other numbers here shortly. First and 10.
Eichenberger still at quarterback.
Might be a new center as well. Sorry.
Telltale sign. It's the first game of the year. You know, the rules have changed off season. At one time you couldn't see the kids, then you could do a week, and then now it's pretty much. I know my son, who is in that, lives in Brookfield but coached at Eisenhower and Tulsa, he said some of those big programs, they're practicing every week. The rules are off. I personally think you had to give the kids a break, but that snap wasn't great either.
Now, it was a little slow getting back to him. At least it was up higher. Augie had to wait for it and then hand off to Troca. So a loss of a few more, so 3rd and 18, 19 yards.
But what they are doing is they're running clock.
Yeah, even on that last play, you saw they were the offense was lined up, but Augie waited and waited and waited and knew at what time he needed to snap the ball, just let the time run.
And so you had all the linemen down in their stance waiting, and that kind of messed things up, but it's the right thing. Now the official is going to. So Panthers are going to have to punt. Menasha has got 2 timeouts left. They're not using them right now.
Another lineman that was out there, want to give him some props. Number 78, Nick Nelson. Make sure we get those big guys there.
Whenever you can.
Colton Stanky as well, 6'9", 275. Give them those big boys an opportunity to get some reps and some practices. And unfortunately, we didn't have everyone lined up. Again, when you're moving guys in and out, we have an injury. You got to make sure that second-tier players are able to know when to come in, when to come out. We had to call a timeout just to make sure we have the right personnel. You don't want any injuries. You don't want any major mistakes, even though you're up 38-12 with 3 minutes left to go in the game.
Yeah, it's here again. It got a little sloppier, but again, you're trying to get more kids in and out. And it's nothing against the kids coming in, coming out. It's just that's going to happen. So again, mistakes that we've seen can be corrected. There'll be some work on containing from the outside. One of the things you may see some adjustments as to players.
Right.
You know, you may not have the luxury of playing just one way because you need a little more size or something else. But overall, I mean, we can't complain a whole lot at 38-12.
No, and you do very similar. You treat this as a kind of a preseason game, so to speak. Yes, it counts, but yet it doesn't into their conference play. And so you want to be able to see, practice different things, pressure on Caden Schultz as he gets that punt away. So yeah, you continue to learn. Coach Balbreck is he's a teaching coach, and so he's going to want to have the mechanics down. He's going to know this is why we do what we do. And this is a game that, yeah, we're up by 26, but it's an opportunity to say, hey, how do we continue to get better? Where are the areas that we need to improve? And they have areas that they can improve in, and they can double down on their successes as well.
Well, and the other thing about it, and the kids got to know this, is the next team and teams that they play is going to watch this film as well.
Absolutely.
You know, back in the day, this is a long day. Mike Briggs, we could not film. We could scout, but we had to watch. You'd watch and write down the play. Then you couldn't film. You got caught filming, you got in trouble. Now you got Huddle where the films are out there for everybody to see.
Well, that film was black and white, Scott, so I think it's going to be a little harder to watch that film compared to what we have today.
No, it wasn't no film.
Zero film.
Yeah.
Not even black and white.
Not even black and white. I'd go home on Saturday morning, get up and down distance, the play, the formation, and then Pat Burnett was a defensive coordinator, and he would find tendencies. He was really good at that. But today, no, everybody sees your film. So, but you'll make little adjustments. The one thing now, we have that extra day until next week's game. Plymouth at Sheboygan Falls next week. The Highway 23 battle.
Nice tackle, number 26. Corey Stark, sophomore, met him in the hole and finished that tackle. Nice job,
that was.
The young player.
Yep, you're right. It's not. They don't have as many numbers. You know, it goes by classes. I was reading some. Again, don't judge the schools down in the suburbs of Milwaukee, but it's classes. You have one class of 40 kids. It's huge, and if the next class is 20 or the next two, makes a difference.
Third and short. Quarterback keep.
Nice job, Troka. He contained him. That was excellent. Textbook. Gave up a first down, but
one thing I would have liked to see on that one is that he squared up, but he tried to strip the ball versus trying to dislodge the ball. Make that hit, lower the shoulder,
get him
blow
down.
him up. It was enough for a first down.
First down, Menasha.
Good stop by the Plymouth Panthers. First down and 10. 1 minute and 36 seconds and ticking in this fourth quarter.
Good throw. That was a nice throw. I'll tell you what, this kid's a nice quarterback. It wasn't that badly covered. Would have been a tough catch, but
yeah, it was a nice play by Cutter Weinhold,
Yep.
being able to make up. You had the safety number 24 coming across as well, Hunter Shield. So nice over-the-top coverage there. on that deep pass play.
He did a good. He was right. He was right. That was well thrown. He was right there. Safety came over. Well, again, there are a lot of kids that don't play a lot, have played well since they've been on the field here. Oh, they pulled a tackle.
I think that's a late whistle on an illegal formation because he fumbled the ball.
What? I don't know. I think the tackle was going to trap and left a little bit early again.
It's a 5-yard penalty. Be second and 15.
Menasha can actually run out the clock here if they want. And the Panthers, they get the ball back. They're going to take knees and the game will be over. So it's going to be a great win. Good start, Mark Volbrecht against his old team years ago, Menasha.
Handoff to Logan Bibbins.
I'm a little surprised Bivens is still in the ball game.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got a nice running back, nice quarterback, size. They got a lot of things to work with. And the Panthers, they certainly have athleticism. The things that they have to clean up are doable for sure. Leave it to that coaching staff. And we have creatures flying around
There are.
us.
Logan Bibbins fields the snap.
So again, they've a lot of work to do with that center quarterback exchange. That time the ball got kicked around, and actually Jordan Bevins was the one that picked it up 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Bank First National. Stop in and check them out. Advanced Eye Care and Aesthetics in downtown Plymouth. See Dr. Tim Sherrill and Dr. Schnelly for all your eye care needs. Van Horn Automotive and American Senior Benefits. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great win, great first win for Mark Walbrecht, his staff, and this Plymouth Panther football team as the Panthers walk off the field by a score of 38-12. Next week they play at Sheboygan Falls. Scott Richards, Aaron Martell, Kurt Zalt, Mike Briggs is somewhere around here, and good night.
The Menasha Bluejays 12.
That's a good win for Mark. I mean, it's a good, he's got a good staff, I think.